Right now, every dealership is fielding pitches from vendors selling some version of AI. A lot of those pitches promise a future of clearing out the desks, replacing your BDC team with automated bots, and slashing your payroll. If you're skeptical of that promise, you should be. Hollowing out the human element to save a few bucks ignores the reality of automotive retail. Customers buying a $40,000 machine with complex financing respond to actual human beings. And when they hit a wall of automation, they simply hang up and call your competitor. The actual bottleneck holding your business development center back isn't that humans are obsolete. It is the massive daily inconsistency in execution between your veteran agents and your newest hires. Both of those agents are working hard. They are calling the exact same leads and reading the exact same scripts. But the new hire simply lacks the practice skill of knowing when to push, when to back off, and how to read a customer's hesitation over the phone. Developing that specific instinct for tone, timing, and objection handling takes a standard 6 to 12 months of grinding on the phones. And by the time a new hire acquires that skill, there is a very high probability they are walking out your door. Automotive BDC turnover runs at a punishing 35 to 40% annually across the industry. This creates a brutal trade-off. Dealerships are constantly pouring money into training and shadowing, only to watch agents resign right at the exact moment they finally become profitable for the store. AI provides its greatest value in the automotive sector by compressing that massive training timeline from months down to a matter of weeks. Look at this chart comparing appointment set rates to see how severe this gap gets. Your veteran top agent is consistently booking appointments on 65 to 70% of her qualified conversations. Meanwhile, your newest hire sits at 30 to 35%. Closing that gap requires a slow upward crawl of trial and error spanning the better part of a year. Traditional onboarding demands 60 to 90 days just to reach baseline productivity. But before that upward curve can reach peak performance, the turnover barrier hits and the agent resigns. Relying on unassisted, organic experience to train your staff means you are funding a revolving door. You absorb the cost of their mistakes on live leads and rarely see the return on your investment. An AI-augmented BDC operates differently. It acts as a performance multiplier for the staff you already have, rather than a strategy to reduce your headcount. Instead of practicing on live customers, new hires train against AI scenarios built from your dealership's actual historical call data. They faced your specific market's most common objections before they ever pick up a live line. If an average agent stays for 18 months, compressing their ramp-up time from 3 months down to 3 weeks buys you over 2 extra months of peak performance output from that single hire. Erasing the performance gap instantly recovers the leads your rookies were dropping. You secure a permanent operational efficiency gain, and you do it without firing a single human being. Let's look at quality assurance. The standard BDC model relies on a manager manually listening to 3 to 5 recorded calls per agent per week. This grid visualizes the math of that legacy input. Listening to 5 calls a week yields roughly a 5% coverage rate of total customer interactions. The trade-off here is obvious. Manual sampling at this low volume acts as a mere compliance check. It leaves 95% of customer interactions completely invisible to management, allowing bad habits to compound unseen. Implementing AI-assisted QA flips the board. Every single call is evaluated against a uniform scorecard for tone, accuracy, and process adherence. This instantly frees your managers from scanning hours of dead air and routine conversations. They can focus their time strictly on high-leverage coaching moments, the interactions that actually moved the needle or the ones that went sideways. The AI tracks pacing, keyword triggers, and talk-to-listen ratios during the live conversation. If an agent talks over a customer 3 times, they get a hyper-specific behavior correction flagged for them instantly. After the call, the system automatically drafts a CRM summary and cues the next follow-up sequence. That recovers 3 to 5 minutes of pure administrative downtime per interaction. The trade-off for the agent is that they lose the mental break of manual data entry. Instead, they are forced to spend significantly more of their shift engaged in high-energy live conversations. Moving from 5% to total QA coverage shifts a dealership away from reactive compliance tracking. It establishes a highly proactive system that corrects behavior at scale. Here is a matrix comparing BDC responsibilities to show the strict limits of AI capability. The reality check is that an AI-only voice bot cannot effectively handle a customer calling with complex anxieties, like negative equity on a trade-in or frustration from a past service issue. An algorithm defaults to programmed logic. It lacks the capacity to read a caller's emotional hesitation or build genuine interpersonal trust. Bot-only systems easily catch the low-hanging fruit, but they aggressively drop the difficult appointments that require a human being to read the room and pivot the conversation. Look at the rapidly growing Spanish-speaking buyer segment. Automated translation bots fail here as well, because they lack cultural context. There is a distinct difference between translating vocabulary and possessing actual cultural fluency. Knowing how to adjust formality, pacing, and tone for a customer from Monterrey versus one from Puerto Rico is an entirely human skill. Relying on basic language models to handle these interactions costs your dealership the long-term loyalty of vital buyer demographics. Compare that to an AI-augmented bilingual agent. The technology tracks disposition accuracy and flags language switches in the background, while the human agent maintains natural, culturally aware relationship building. The optimal BDC framework utilizes AI strictly to clear administrative hurdles. This ensures your human agents can deploy their undivided empathy and cultural intelligence right where it counts. The dealerships gaining serious ground on their competitors aren't doing it by stumbling upon magical, perfect salespeople. They are building systems that consistently elevate average agents to veteran execution levels. That requires a shift in how you report on performance. Managing a traditional BDC means looking at call counts and appointment totals, relying entirely on lagging indicators. The operational outcome of lagging indicators is that you only react to a drop in performance 3 weeks after the negative trend has already caused real damage to your bottom line. AI enables you to track leading indicators instead. If specific objection frequencies are increasing or conversion rates begin dipping, you spot the pattern and correct the problem in real time. If your goal is to fire your staff and let chatbots blindly run the operation as a cost-cutting shortcut, this model will disappoint you. But if you are a general manager looking to eliminate new hire ramp time and mandate 100% accountability on every phone line, this is exactly how you execute it. Take a look at this audit checklist. You need to immediately confront your current in-house BDC manager or your outsourced partner with the diagnostic question on your screen. Ask them, what does your QA process look like, and what technology supports it? That single question forces your vendor to reveal whether they are actually coaching your team or just checking boxes. If their answer is the manual sampling of a few calls a week, they are leaving revenue on the table, while competitors use AI-driven data to close that gap.